Welcome everybody to Castleview football. It's the start of league play. It is homecoming. It's October 1st. The air is starting to have a little bit of a chill in it. It is time for football in Castleview. So tonight's game versus Highlands Ranch is the start of the Continental League play. Highlands Ranch comes in at 1-4. They played a very tough non-conference schedule. Castleview, of course, is 4-1, coming off a big, large margin victory over Hinckley, and looking to make some moves here as we start conference play. Castleview will be kicking off. They're in the home blacks. It's homecoming. It's time for football in Castle Rock. I'll be joined by my partner, Coach Pritz, here shortly. We got a little mic malfunction, but we'll get him squared away. Kickoff is going to go into the end zone, received by number 19, Andy Thompson. So if you look at this Highlands Ranch offense, they're going to try to throw the ball. So they're going to have a couple run plays to set up the pass, but their goal is to throw the ball around. So if you're the Castleview defense, you're going to want to maintain and keep them out of the end zone. That's the whole goal. So we're going to see a lot of shotgun twins, a lot of shotgun trips. Quarterback number 10, Ryan Chambers, we'll be saying his name a lot. He's got running back Ryan Pazicki. I probably said that wrong. All right, first play of the game. It's a deep pass, complete out to the 40. Oh, broken tackle, he's still going. He's going to be brought down at the Castleview 35. Nice little pitch and catch, and he got the yak. The old yak there, missed tackle and a yak, and Highlands Ranch is moving down the field here. They're going to be at the 36. So, like I said, they're going to throw the ball around a lot. We know that. We're expecting that. The goal is we want to keep them out of the end zone. So Chambers in shotgun, he's going to have three wide, twin set formation to the bottom of the field. He's go off to the right-hand side, minimal gain, brought down by, I want to say Ashworth, because he's just about on every tackle, and I'm pretty sure it was him there on the tackle. No gain, be 2nd and 10. And Coach, I can't wait for you to get on the mic here because we got to talk about this weather. It is a beautiful night. This is perfect football weather. It's October 1st, man. I mean, this is the start of fall. It's a homecoming. It's a blackout game. Can't beat it. Can't beat it here. 2nd and 10. Looks like we got a penalty. I think we're going to have a false start here, and that should back up the Highlands Ranch Falcons. 5 yards.
5 yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
So Highlands Ranch is going to go after it again here after that false start. They got 4 receiver set. See if we can get a little pass rush going here, get some pressure on Chambers. Motion, handoff, a little reverse sweep, and great tackle down there. Looks like my man, Herschel Craig, he's got a minimal gain, if anything, maybe a yard there. Great way to snip out that little reverse motion, little pop pass there. So 3rd and long, this is exactly what Castleview wanted. Get them in a 3rd and long and maintain those sticks here. So they're going to have to get about 14. I'd say this could possibly be 2-down territory, so maybe look for a short pass to set them up for a 4th and man here. We've got no back, 5 receiver set. These guys are going to throw it around, and they're good at it. They're an efficient passing team. The question is, can we keep them out of the end zone? Chambers is back to the pass. He's looking right. He's going to roll out. Looking for a couple of guys, got some pressure. He's got a man, got a connection there, down to about the 32-yard line. He's going to stay. He goes out of bounds, but the clock will keep moving. He was down before he went out of bounds. And so it's going to be 4th and 6. 5.5. And yep, they're going to go for it. This is that no man's land where you kind of have to go for it here. So if any other team would think about running this here, but this is Highlands Ranch, they're going to throw the ball here. So it's okay to get a first down if you're the Castle View defense, because we just want to keep them. Looks like we got another false start. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Oh no. All right, let's see what he's going to do now. Oh, it's timeout. Okay, not a penalty there. So timeout. Coach Weiss is going to talk it over with the defense. Saw something he didn't like there, so he wants to get them scored away. I know everybody's waiting on Coach Pritz to join us, and he'll be here with us. He'll be here with us certainly. So he's chomping at the bit. He's got all kinds of stats to throw at us over here. Joel and the rest of the team is working on getting him scored away, but he'll be here shortly. Don't worry. We'll get him on. So it's 8:52 left here in the first quarter. We got a 4th and 5. Already a little excitement here in the start of the game. It's homecoming. I've got a Powder Puff score, which I will wait to broadcast. I know you're all chomping at the bit, sitting at the edge of your seat, wanting to know what happened, because it was a special occasion here, showdown week, and everyone is favorite, the Powder Puff game. It actually took 2 days to complete. So 4th and about 5.5, 6. Chambers back to pass. He's got a guy over the middle, completed, takes it down to the 8-yard line. Good pitch and catch there. Just a little skinny post over the middle for number 19. Let me get my roster here so we can call out some of these names.
Hello.
So that was Andy Thompson there on game.
Check.
So like I said, they're gonna throw the ball around here. Now it's a little bit tougher to throw when you get down to this part of the field. Highlands Ranch is gonna go to the middle, and almost got in. That's Brady Shepard. He's a 6'1" junior, good-looking junior. They're up the middle to about the half-yard line. They're going to go quick hurry here, look for the quarterback sneak. And Chambers did not get in. Okay, all right. We held them there. And guess what, everybody? I know you're excited. Coach, are you with me?
Well, I think so. If everybody wants to know what chomping in a bit is all about, I've been doing it here for the last 5-10 minutes. Anyway.
Glad to have you here. It's a 3rd and goal for Highlands Ranch. Oh, did we just jump off sides?
It looks like we did.
Okay, so.
Well, half the distance, if you're at the half.
You're going to jump off. If you're going to jump off sides, I guess that's.
You might as well do it right there.
So they're going to do a line change here, and I'd say bring in more beef, but I don't know if that's. Looks like number 3, Braden coming in. He's a bigger boy, so maybe he's the tight end. So this may be their goal line jumbo set here, but it's 3rd and short. Great. Thank you, Joel, for getting us set away. Thanks for getting Coach here with me. Coach, glad to have you. Just in time for a defensive stand here, goal line stand. Oh, fumble! Ooh!
Looks like they got it back, but that's a big down because now we're at 4th down, and they haven't been able to move the ball right down here at the goal line.
No, they haven't. That was weird. It looked like, he had a little fullback block, and I thought maybe.
I think he was thinking of handing off, and the fullback was looking at blocking.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I saw there. Okay, so that brings them back to about the 1.
We stop them here, Chris. This could be huge because they moved the ball right down the field without a huddle.
Yep, 3 big chunk plays there, and we're able to get down the field. So you got big number 41 in the back.
They're in their one running set.
Oh, he's gonna be stuck. Oh, get him! He's short. He's short.
Whoa,
he's short.
He's coming in.
Oh, he got him.
We initially hit him in the backfield.
Yeah.
But kept his legs and then kept moving and got the score. Barely got the score.
Barely got the score there.
Well.
Okay. Well, so we knew Highlands Ranch was going to throw the ball. Yep. And we talked about keeping him out of the end zone there. And I thought we had him there on a 4th and goal. I mean, he barely got in. If we had a replay, maybe next year we'll get replay. We could watch it again. But anyways, he got in. So number 19, Andy Thompson, on for the extra point is good, and he's got a pretty good leg. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So Hey, Highlands Ranch came in here, took care of business on their first drive.
Yes, they did. They did. Put a lot of pressure on the defensive backs. As we knew coming in, as you look at an offense that has a total of 1,500 yards, 81% of their offense is passing, 19 obviously rushing, and so they're going to want to pass the ball. Castleview is going to want to run the ball. So this is going to be a very similar game to the Fairview game that we had, where the strengths were opposite. So it'll be interesting to see what our both defenses do to stop these offenses.
So, keys to the game, it's cliche, but here are my keys to the game, all right? And I bet the crowd could probably speak these along with me here. Mm-hmm. But Castleview needs to run the ball. They need to minimize the turnovers and the penalties. And if they do that, it is a 100% recipe for victory for Castleview.
Well, Chris, we're halfway through the season, 5 games in, and now it's time for us to have learned from all of those lessons that we learned in those non-league games. Now that we start league here tonight, it's important that we don't turn the ball over like we have in the past here and there.
Yep.
That we don't shoot ourselves in the foot. Be patient with our running game. We know Coach Ashworth and the offensive line are working things out all the time to try to break our running game.
So Thompson with the kickoff, it gets it to Ace Malone. Good to have Ace back from being out last week. He's going to get down to about the 23-yard line. I sure would love to watch him break one and just sprint going down the field.
I think he would like to also.
Yeah.
I know I've talked about him before. He had a gigantic freshman season where nobody could stop him. Was injured last year, and I know he's talking about chomping at the bit. That kid wants to break out, and it's just a matter of time.
So Castleview is going to start the series with a huddle. So we'll see if we do that throughout. You got Ursetta and Westbecker, I formation behind Schmidt, and let's run that ball. Westbecker up the middle is going to get about 4 yards. Now, I talked to some of the Westbecker crew and some of the coaching, and we're looking for a little more off tackle with Westbecker because he has the wheels. He's got the jukes, changed it up a little bit. And I think he's excited to not be running dives
absolutely.
every single play. But he's really good at it because he gets about 4 or 5 yards every time. Highlands Ranch is really crowding the box.
Now we got our setter running. So the first 2 plays, we've got Westbecker, we've got Ursetta, and now we've got a run with Schmidt, and then we'll have all 3 of our running backs, as we know that our quarterback is quite a runner himself.
Yep, look for one of those gaps up the middle and go. So keep an eye on those Highlands Ranch linebackers. They fly up the middle to fill. They're pretty good at that, so that's going to be a goal for them. Ursetta off the left-hand side, gets to the 45, brought down by a couple
Falcons.
Couple of Falcons brought him down.
You're absolutely right, Chris. As close as those, we talk at the second level, which is the linebackers came up, all you have to do is break that line of scrimmage and you're going to get a decent gain, which is just what Ursetta did.
Castleview's going to have the ball at the 46-yard line.
Now he's in the pistol, so he's doing a little bit of underneath the center and the pistol.
The receiver set, Haggerty in motion, Westbecker up the middle. He's going to get an easy 6 yards again. Hey, I could watch this the rest of the game, to be honest with you. Just go back and forth, Ursetta, Westbecker, get 5 yards, and hold the ball and go score.
Yep.
Got to go in the end zone, though. So that's the other thing. Douglas County, we did this, but in the situations where we needed to, we had those penalties, we had those turnovers, and we had some dumb mistakes, and we didn't get in the end zone.
Didn't get in the end zone.
So that's the difference the key we need to learn from that game. So a little no huddle this time for the SaberCats, still in the 4-receiver set. Westbecker behind Schmidt in the pistol. Haggerty once again in the motion. Fake pass, fake toss up to Westbecker up the middle. First down, nice 7-yard gain.
So you're absolutely right. We can just continue to do this. What the coaches are looking at is how is Highlands Ranch covering all those other options, whether it be if he were to pull from the fullback and come out the outside here and run the option or pitch the quick pitch. But as long as you're gaining yards up the middle,
Haggerty, little quick game, makes a guy miss, gets it to about the 40, 37-yard line. Great little 4-yard gain. That'll change it up a little bit. So it's good to see Burnell. I know he was sick this week, missed a couple of practices, so we'll have to keep an eye on him, see if he can go all game. But you know, he's a senior. He's one of the leaders of our team, so he's going to give it a go here. He's just a do-it-all for us guy, so it's good to see him making a run at it here. Once again, in the no huddle, 3 receiver set. Burnell, motion, Westbecker up the middle. And wasn't as big of a gain we've had in the past, 2-yard gain, make it about a 3rd and 5. Looks like the linebackers filled on that one, Coach.
Right. And at this part in the field, it's actually 2-down set. So we've got 2 downs to get a first down here.
Ashworth into the game. He's going to go to his tight end set. Malone to the wide side of the field. Haggerty down here on the short side of the field. So the only thing going about these no huddles is you don't get Ursetta in the game, which is nice to have a little 1-2 action with him and Westbecker. We're going to go Westbecker once again up the middle. Should be enough for a first.
And it is.
Fighting to about the 31-yard line. Good strong run. Love that. Love to see that. Line change coming in. Craig coming in, and Ursetta give Westbecker a breather here. No, it looks like Malone and Haggerty coming out. Sorry.
You've mentioned Ursetta and you've mentioned Westbecker, and they have literally all season long have been tied for the amount of rushing yards. So they equally are carrying the ball for us.
I think we got him to jump. Did we get a flag?
Westbecker cuts it back, gets a few yards.
So trying to get him on the outside there.
So talking about the number of yards, we've got Ursetta rushing for 447 yards and 4 TDs prior to this game, and we have Westbecker for 430 yards and 7 TDs prior to this game. Talk about a balanced running attack.
Absolutely. Averaging just both a shy of 100 yards a game. My Texas Tech math there. I think we got that right. Schmidt pass over to Haggerty. He's got to go. Go score. Touchdown, SaberCats.
So you think they're going to run. You think they're going to run. We're picking up 4 yards a carry. And if you saw on the previous first down, he threw to Haggerty also. Haggerty made a quick move with the one guy covering him and gained about 12 yards. Same thing, a little skinny slant on the left. They were looking run. He catches a ball, makes one juke on the safety, and scores.
So that's what happens when you got your defense playing up trying to stop this run, and you can't stop the run. You make a move, like you said, get into that second level, and as we all know, Haggerty can make that move, and he's got the wheels where he can outpace just about anybody in this league as well, too.
So the difference between Highlands Ranch and Casby right now is we've mixed it up, I would say, and they have basically just passed the ball. So we'll see how this plays out as the game goes on.
But great first drive, went and answered, most importantly. It was a strong drive, mixed it up a little bit, like you said, but it's good to see Westbecker and Ursetta early and often. We haven't seen Schmidt yet, which that's our other secret weapon that Coach can throw in there when he wants to. I would say, watching these first 2 drives, even though Highland Ranch did score, Castleview looks focused. Coach Johnson said they had a great week of practice. After getting ready for league play, they look focused. They look like they're taking it serious. We haven't had any penalties yet, and this is a crisp SaberCat team that we like to see. We've seen parts of this in other games, but it's nice to see this from the very get-go.
Yep, you and I talked about this before the game. Who are we going to see here tonight? I think after a good week of practice and us knowing that we're now into league play, we've got to play solid football. And we've played a couple teams.
Blocking them. Yep, there it is.
We played a couple teams, nothing against Rangeview and Hinckley, but they are not the competition that we're going to see this week or against a Valor next week or against a Thunderidge or a Mountain Vista. They just weren't that competition. So it was hard for us to judge who we were and what we were. Now, Fairview, we thought was going to be a much better team. They're just down a little bit this year. But
still good. I mean, they're still a very competitive team.
They'll probably win their league.
Right. They'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, this defense getting out here, making a few adjustments. And I wouldn't be surprised if we stop them here on this drive, only because Coach Weiss has done a great job making adjustments during the games.
Yeah, all season long. Now, one thing I have noticed is that when we are able to slow down heavy passing teams, like a Fairview, is we start dialing up some pressure, either by blitzes or we're able to get something going with our front, four there. So Highlands Ranch is going to run the ball right off the get-go.
Pick up 7 yards.
Good run. I bet that was my man, number 41, Braden Larimer.
Braden is a 5'10", 180-pound sophomore, and after 5 games, and he's had 58 rushes for 251 yards. Their leading rusher.
Go up the middle again. He's not going to go anywhere this time, though. Brought down, first originally hit by Peyton Walker, and his buddies came and helped him out there. So that's going to lose a yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 5. So I would like to see a little bit of pressure on Chambers, because I don't know if he's as good moving around, throwing the ball, as he is sitting in the pocket. We've seen so far, when he's in the pocket and he's got time, he can find a guy and get the ball there in a hurry, too. Chambers back to
There's
pass.
the pressure you talked about.
Quick game. Craig's got him. Bring him down. Don't get a penalty.
Took him down.
That's it. 4th down. Okay, here we go.
The pressure was right in his face. He made a really good pass out there, but it gave us plenty of time to adjust the receiver catching the ball. So now they're needing to punt here.
Hey, 3rd and 3 and out. Great call, Coach. So Highlands Ranch went run, pass there, and it didn't work. So sometimes when you feel like you need to balance yourself out, you get away from who you are, and you get this. So I wonder if we're just going to see them say, the heck with it, let's just throw the ball, and we're going to live by or die by it.
Well, another thing on that drive, they got a penalty on the kickoff return, and it moved them back. And so they may have thought that first play, hey, let's just get it out away from the goal line.
Yeah, playing a little field position game here. So play
now,
clock.
we have got a block
quarter, or is that play clock?
That,
I'm in a weird spot here.
yeah.
I think that was quarter.
We are lined up for a punt block. We had only our return guy back. Everybody else was at the line of scrimmage. And what I have been trying to make sure our audience is aware, Butch Bradley has done a ton of studying. Coach Bradley has done a ton of studying on all of the specials. And he has, in the last 2 years, done some very unique things. Getting punt blocks, kickoff returns. He's done a lot with our kickoff team. So it'll be interesting. He's out there right now coaching them up. He sees that Highlands Ranch is backed up to their goal line, and this might be an easy way to get after this punter and maybe even cause a bad snap or a bad kick. Pressure does all sorts of things to high school football players when they're that far back to their goal line.
So quarter change. We're going to flip the field here. Now, I don't know if you can see on the stands here, but the flags are blowing a little bit this way, which is going to be towards the north. And I was down on the field watching the punter for Highlands Ranch, Mason Moyley. Apologize if I said the name wrong to the Mason's family. That kid he's about 6'3". He's got legs.
He was booming them.
He was booming them. So they're going to go look to get one here. Now, I tried to get out of Coach Bradley, hey, what are you looking for? What are you going to do? He wouldn't tell me anything. But the only thing he did say is, we're going to go get one this game.
Well,
right now they're set up to go.
They basically have everybody at the line of scrimmage right now.
So maybe we'll see that here. But this kid, like I said, if he gets a hold of one, he can boom it. Oh, he's going to run it. And he's got lots of room here. He's one of their receivers as well. Go on, Haggerty. Go make a tackle.
That might be another.
Yeah, it's a flag.
Here's what they did is they scouted and watched our film. They saw how we're going to line up. They said if we were going to go one-on-one with their receivers, that we were going to be coming after the block and nobody was going to be on that wide side. Nobody was out there.
Hey, nice play there by the punter. He's an athletic kid. We said he could boot it, but he's also a 6'3", 185-pound senior receiver for him. So we obviously know he can move. That was a huge gain there, about 35, almost 40 yards there, and look, they're going to about 15 more with the face mask.
I think Haggerty.
But he made the tackle. It was an open field tackle, and
Yep.
he brought him down. Most importantly, right now.
Yep.
So, because that would have been devastating if they would have taken that all the way there, because there wasn't much behind Haggerty after him there. So
let's not forget the Castleview defense played a great series right there.
Mm-hmm.
Did everything they needed to, and forced a punt. It was our special teams that gave this possession back to Highlands Ranch.
So I didn't get a chance to watch. Chambers is going to go over the middle again, and he's going to get a pass interference there. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I feel he was going for it there. Now, I think that on those completions in the first drive for Highlands Ranch, they were going after Hammondtree, number 6. I'm sorry, Jackson Liviton. And staying away from Haggerty, which is usually a pretty good idea because he's a great one-on-one island guy there, and he's playing the boundary. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see what they go after, see if coach switches around.
Chris,
put
they
Haggerty in
had
the
3
field there.
vertical routes on there, and they were trying to see which one the safety was going to take. I think the safety came over, tried to help out the corner a little more, and Chambers went down the middle with that. Our defender got there late and interfered. So it's 15 yards from where the ball was.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 17. Chambers in shotgun formation. Back to pass again. He's looking. He's got number 19, but he overthrew him that time. I think that may be his favorite receiver there, Andy Thompson. That's multiple times he's gone to him. Once again, they went to the wide side of the field, which is our guy. That is Hammondtree there at 8. So we need him to have a game today. Is that Hammondtree or is that? I can't tell if that's 6 or 8, guys. I think that's Jackson. Yeah, that's Jackson down there. Okay. 2nd and 10. Let's see if Craig can get in his face here, make something stupid happen. Ooh. Got the catch. Nice game. Got about 8 yards out of there.
Pretty good pass by Chambers. Again, Chambers is a 6'2", 180-pound junior and has thrown the ball well here this season. A shout out to his mom, who I work with. Hopefully she's getting better back at home. She had surgery this week, but Chambers has quite the arm.
If he's 6'2", then I'm 6'8", Coach.
Well, I'm just
everyone's
5'6".
2 inches taller. I mean, everybody's 2 inches taller on the program. So, we got an incomplete pass. Yep. Okay, 4th down. Here we go.
And I'm not going to lie about my height. I'm 5'6", no matter how you look at it.
I was 6'4" in my programs, and I'm nowhere near 6'4", so.
Well, I was a quarterback in high school and college, and they had to inflate all my numbers.
All right, 4th down. Hey, the defense has done actually a pretty good job here. Yeah,
absolutely.
And it had the pass interference, which was a tough one that could have been a little bit here or there, but they got them down to another 4th down.
A little different. It was 4th and short back there. This is two yards.
Mm-hmm. And Chambers back to pass. He's going to go short game, and he is short.
It's short.
Turnover on downs. Absolutely.
That's a
nice
great
job, defense.
way to come back after such a horrible special teams mess up on that punt return.
Great open field tackle. Smart play. I think it was Beto, but I'm not for sure. I saw a 5. So it was either Lazama or it was Peyton Walker. Either way, it was a really good play there.
I will say they're trying to do the slip screen out there and try to get a block on the receiver that was covering the receiver that caught the ball. And we got there and made the tackle. Now we need to bring it out of our end here. And
there he goes.
All you have to do is break that line of scrimmage. And I bet we're averaging 4 or 5 yards at least a carry right now.
At least. Yeah, so that's actually a 1st down. Holy cow. Okay, 1st down. It's going to take the ball to about the 19-yard line. Good first run. That's what we needed right there. Hey, speaking of Wes Becker, calling out to Minnesota, his grandfather watching us. He watches every single game. His grandmother's here actually in the stands with us. But Grandpa, thanks for watching the game. Your grandson is had a heck of a game so far, and here he goes again.
I told Grandma that's one of the best kids I've been around in 32 years of coaching. He really is. He's a great leader, and look how he plays the game of football.
Yep. Well, and he's not the first one of the West Beckers coming through, and Mom and Dad have been a part of this program for a long time. Great people we have in the community, especially in the Saber Cat football community. So, Shout out to Minnesota. Hope you enjoy watching the game. Let's go get a touchdown here.
We do love hearing from the parents, from the grandparents, from anybody who wants to tell us that they're listening and enjoy what we're doing. There's the first run from Schmidt.
Schmidt, breaks 2 tackles.
You talked about Yak early. Yak is yards after contact, and he just gained 3 yards after he was initially hit. He's a big kid that has some very strong legs and keeps them moving, which is exactly what you want to do as a running back. Defenders have to include him in the running package.
Yep. Absolutely, Coach. So we're at the 35-yard line, a 2nd and 5. Cassidy's got a great drive going so far there after a huge turnover and downs from a special teams possible knockout blow. Oh, that's a pick.
If he would have thrown it the first time he tried to throw that ball, he would have got it. Why he pumped on that, I didn't see if there was pressure in his face, but we had a long route that was clearing out, and then we had a 10-yard out wide open. I don't know what Schmidt saw or why he pulled it back down after that first pump, but interception, Highlands Ranch Falcons.
So, Coach, we talked about keys of the game, and, we talked about running the ball. We talked about minimizing penalties and turnovers. So that's our first true turnover of the game. Now, I'm going to say that fake punt that Highlands Ranch run isn't going to come up as a turnover in the box score, but to me that was a turnover there because we had them 3 and out, and we had a great field position there too. So
I agree.
Early in the game, 2 mistakes, a turnover and a mistake so far for Castview, but we're tied 7-7. It's just under 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. See if we can get another defensive stop.
One more on that. If Schmidt just throws it away, as a junior, you got to learn. Sometimes you can just throw it away.
Chambers, he got it down to Mason with a long gain there. God, he's a tall, good-looking kid.
Yeah, they're attacking our middle, Chris, and they've got 2 wideouts that are going long and splitting one guy right down the middle who's wide open each time. Great pass by Chambers on that one.
Yeah, so Highlands Ranch is going to get down to the 18.5. They're heading towards the red zone here, and let's see if we can get another stop. Now, it is harder to do what they do when you get down to this area because you can't extend the field like you like to, which is their strength. So I think, but I didn't stop him on the first drive, and he is going to be short. I bet we're going to have a holding here, and that should bring him back, which would be nice.
Did you see how fast our defense is? If they want to go towards the sideline running the ball, we've got a lot of speed going sideline to sideline.
Yep. The only success they had is running up the middle, which our interior defense front has been great all year. But when you talk about a strength of us, sideline to sideline, we can compete with just about anybody out there. So that was a holding penalty. It's going to make a 1st and 20.
We have got to clean this up right now, or they're going to try to go right back to what they have done well, and that's throwing right down the middle. So let's see what we can do differently here, because they may come right back to what's been working for them.
Little quick game out of the backfield, and missed tackle is going to stop him right at the 15-yard line. So he's going to get a couple of it back here on first down. Should still be 2nd and long. That looked like that was number 2, Max Ludwig.
Nice little swing pass because everybody else is heading downfield. They haven't thrown that yet, so good play by Highlands Ranch.
Keep an eye on that one.
Okay, 2nd and 12. They can pick up a first down at the 3-yard line.
Chambers back to Pat. He's looking left over the middle. He's got number 6.
Oh, now we had our hands on it. A linebacker got back there and got a hand on it. We also had somebody covering the receiver that it was intended for.
So that's Jade Arroyo, who is the senior tight end. He's a good-looking kid there. He's got a little size to him.
6'3", 230, senior.
Yeah, I think the pass was just a little bit behind him, but he did have someone there, like you said, with his hands on it in his face, made it a little bit more difficult. So it's going to be 3rd and long. This would be big good stop to get right here. Coach Shoemaker's first year with Highlands Ranch, came from Salina, Kansas. Actually interviewed for the Castleview job last year. And back out to number 1, Mason. He's going to get enough for a first, and I think he's got a touchdown.
And they gave it to him.
Hey, good play. Little swing.
Just basically the same play they did on this sideline, they did the other sideline, back out.
Yep, he went and made a good play there. It's Mason Moylace. That's 2 big plays for number 1 for Highlands Ranch. He had the fake punt, got about a 40-yard gain, and then caught a little out pass and made a move and went and scored. So we got a ball game here in Castle Rock, folks.
Now, again, we can't turn the ball over. Our offensive game is around maintaining possession of the ball and not turning the ball over, taking time off the clock, and getting 6 at the end of each of these drives. So that's still possible. Somebody, I'm sure, we've got several quarterback coaches down there that will say, hey, Nate, throw that out of bounds if you're going to wait that late to throw the ball. Not much great happens when you're rolling out. You've got the sideline that's going to stop you, and you're going to force a pass. The later that pass happens, usually the worse things get, and he just needs to throw that ball out of bounds.
So it's 14-0 with 6:53 left, and it's 14-7, Highlands Ranch. Just under 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. So I have a prediction, Coach. As you know, Castleview kicked off to start the game. So it means they're going to get the ball here in the second half. So I'm predicting a beautiful 6-minute and about 40-second drive that ends in a touchdown. And then we get the ball back at the beginning of the third quarter, and we go do that again for about 5 minutes.
Which would have us up then 21-14. So I'm going to come back and check in that. I love the idea. That is what we're meant for. And if we have made changes and this is the team we think we are, then what you just said is possible.
It's possible. Yep. So hopefully we'll see a little more Ursetta this drive. We didn't get to see much of them that last drive. And so we can keep doing with our Thunder Lightning 1-2 punch of Ursetta and Westbecker there. That seemed to be the recipe for success in the first drive. So Schmidt's going to bring his offense out. I think we're going to be in a 3-wide set based on the personnel that's in the huddle. And I wonder if we're going to go no huddle again too. I think it seems like we like to go no huddle middle of the field when we feel like we got them on the run a little bit, and we'll go gash them for a couple of yards. So it's actually a 4-receiver set. Westbecker, backfield, Schmidt in the pistol formation. Haggerty motion.
Give to the fullback. And he was stopped for no yards, no gain. Second down.
So 2 tight end set coming in, Ashworth and Craig to join the huddle, along with Ursetta. I just think we're a little bit dangerous when we got both those guys in the backfield, because we can do so many different things. We can do back out, we can do screen, we can have Westbecker blocking. There's just so many different things we can do with both those guys in the backfield there. And you're going to have her set up the middle. And there he goes.
And you think he got his first down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they gave it to him. So here we go. We got plenty of time. Talk about gasher. You see 2 different backs with those backs. One's a power back. The other can really move.
Yes. So Haggerty's going to come in for Burnell. So now we're heading to that no huddle. So it's like we get that first down. We go no huddle until we need to make a personnel change. And even if we need to make a quick personnel change like that, we can do that from this no huddle. It does limit what the defense can do on their side as well too, which is primarily the point of doing that. So you're going to have Ursetta out the left-hand side.
What a move in the backfield. A little juke in the backfield, and then he gains 3 yards.
Yeah. But a total of about 4-yard gain, almost 5-yard gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 5, 5-yard line. Clock is down to 5:26. And this is good. Let's stick with this right here. So watch these guys, as you're watching here, watch the Highlands Ranch linebackers. As soon as the ball snapped, they're going to just go right up the middle. And was that? Oh, it was Nate out the left-hand side there. Little QB keeper. Huh?
He looked like just another one of the running backs. Now, you have no safeties back there at all. So they're basically saying we're gonna test you. We don't think you can beat us with the pass, and we're gonna stop your run. It is 3rd and 1. We know 2 downs here. We're not gonna be punting on this.
Yep. So I love to see a little Schmidt.
Got a little heavy set here.
Yeah. See, Schmidt's gonna make him think about it for a little bit.
He's quarterback sneaked it a couple times in this formation.
Or set off
Pick it up
left-hand
with your
side.
setup.
Should be enough for first.
Yep.
Standing strong.
Got the first.
Okay, first down. Takes the ball to the 44-yard line. We're now down to just over 4 minutes left. Plenty of time moving along. 2 first downs so far. Is that 3 first downs? So, new formation. We've got 3 receivers set with Malone, Burnell, and Haggerty. Westbecker behind Schmidt in the pistol. Once again, Haggerty motion. He's going to hand that off to him eventually here.
We've got Westbecker jumping over a few guys that are at the line of scrimmage and gaining another 2 yards. He's sure looking comfortable.
He looks quick today. He's got his legs back this week. Homecoming recovery.
Yeah, this is a big week for Castleview. Little swing right out here. Hopefully.
Oh, Burnell. That's incomplete. Okay.
That ball's so close to being a backwards pass.
Yes. Absolutely.
So now we have 3rd and 7. And
we haven't really been in this situation, have we,
that's
Coach,
a tough
today?
down for Castleview because that's that tweener.
Now, if we get down to a 4th and 2, we're at midfield. With the way we've been running the ball, would we go for it here with just 4 minutes left in the second half, or is that? I guess that's why they give Coach Hankey the keys to make those kind of decisions. Because that's you turn over the ball down, you give Highlands Ranch a short field with the way they throw the ball. How do you punt it and pin them deep here? But you don't have to worry about it when you got our setup.
I tell you what, until they stop this stuff, you don't have to worry about a thing. Just keep running it.
Yep. Nice, great. 3rd and long, go up the left-hand side, just give to Ursetta. Offensive line has been opening up holes all game long so far, Coach.
So we have 3 more minutes to keep this ball and keep moving and get 6 points. So far your plan is rolling.
Let's keep this offense rolling here. Schmidt under center is going to go set off the left-hand side.
Highlands Ranch push the pile and get a couple more yards.
So Highlands Ranch, sniffed that out. Counter is obviously a slow forming play, and so they were able to get in there, but still got 6 yards out of it, or just about 5 yards out of there.
Not bad for first down. Get 5 yards a crack. We're going to be all right.
Back to the 4 receivers set. Castleview got Kevin Tashi on the top side of the formation. Hand it to Westbecker here. Schmidt back to pass.
No, he's going for it.
He's got a guy. Now he picked it off. Well, there's a second turnover there, the one we talked about.
Now, I was down on the field in pregame, and I heard the quarterback coach saying, you need to throw that ball where only the receiver can catch the ball, and if he doesn't, it's over their head. That ball was thrown late, and it was thrown short, which now the receiver turns into a defensive back.
Yep.
And the defensive back is just waiting for the ball to come to him. That's where you just heave it as far as you can. Basically, the receiver either catches it or nobody catches it.
Yeah, and hey, no harm, no foul. The way you're running the ball, you got to have confidence that you're going to be able to, recover from an incomplete pass there. Just did it, at 3rd and 8 on the previous part of the drive. So
yeah.
2 turnovers there for Castleview. 2 turnovers and a mistake. My prophecy has been dissolved.
I've got a prophecy right here that Highlands Ranch has plenty of time to get down the field here.
Yeah.
And they're going to see how quickly they can do it.
Here goes Mason again. He looked like he was going to be stopped with a loss there. It ends up with a 5-yard gain. Nice play, and I got a feeling they're going to try to get this ball down the field.
Well, we have quite a few players that play both ways. So what we've got is people, several that didn't come off the field, and now have their backs against the wall and going to have to play defense here. 2nd and 8.
Running the ball.
On the ball, we stopped him there.
And it's going to be about a 3rd and short. Why didn't they throw the ball down the field? Open it up. So 2 minutes and change here in the 2nd quarter. Oh my gosh, if they get an incomplete pass here and we get the ball back about midfield.
Yeah. 3rd and 2.
Will my prophecy stand if that's the case?
Your prophecy is still in play. It's going to have to be moved up pretty quick. Timeline needs to shift. They're in an open set. Quarterback's rolling
Chambers
left. You got Chambers throwing the ball.
Run it. You catch it? Now you got it. First down.
He got it, and he's out of bounds with the clock stopped.
Moves the ball to the 25-yard line. There is a light pole right in the middle of the clock for me here. So you're going to help me out,
I've got
Coach.
34 on this side. What do you have on that side?
I got 1 light pole 4.
Okay. There's a 3 in front of the 4.
Hey, thank you. They strategically put that light pole right there for me. I think you're going to have a timeout, Castleview.
Okay, we all need to get a breather here because a lot's happened, and we had momentum going for us. We were moving down the field. I'm not going to ever second guess Coach Hankey. He's done this a lot, and he scored the first time he mixed the pass and the run. So, he went for took a shot down the sideline, and we need Nate Schmidt just to throw the ball or throw it out of bounds. So the 2 interceptions, first one probably should have just thrown it out of bounds.
Yep.
He was trying to make something happen that he couldn't. Second one, he had a receiver flying down the sideline. We took a shot. The shot needs to be a throw that is either caught by the receiver or caught by nobody, which means that it's a heave. That receiver was heading to the end zone, and we were at the 35-yard line. So Nate needs to rock back and let that thing go, not take his time and get air under it, which now you have a safety and a corner adjusting to a ball that's hanging up there, and now our receivers having to do what they can to try to get the ball out of their hands, and it didn't happen. It was a basketball play.
Now, if you think about it, that first drive, you know how we scored? It was a pass to Haggerty. So, it worked for us in the first drive, and we loved it. We thought it was really smart.
We got the interception.
Here we go. Go score here. Go score here. Come on. That's Knox.
Oh, that's
Noxie, baby.
beautiful.
Attaboy. Hey, that's Ben Knox. He's had a rough first half here down the ball, so good to see him recover there.
Well, that is a great play. That's exactly what Castleview needed before half. I've got 24 on this side. Coach, what do you have on there? 124?
124.
Which is plenty of time.
Castleview's going to have the ball at about the 24-yard line.
We did use 2 of our timeouts. So we've got 1 timeout left here. It'll be interesting to see when we use it.
Let's go put this ball in the end zone here.
Now, do you do it by running the ball, which we've been picking up, 8 yards a carry, or are you going to put it back up in the air again?
Now, I'm fine with throwing it, but I want to throw the ball to number 7. Okay?
Well, and I think they know that too. Here we go.
Oh, he goes
now
again.
He's got it up.
No touchdown, yeah!
So listen, here's the difference there, Chris. He threw the ball really quick. Right after he got the ball from the center, he put the ball up. He didn't wait any longer than that.
Yep, and only Ace could catch the ball.
Yeah, well, the defender was chasing Ace because he realized, they're throwing the ball, and this receiver just got away from me. That's the reason that happened is because Schmidt threw the ball as quickly as he could after he got the ball.
Hey, how about that, Coach? We said, are they going to run the ball and then quarterback those 2 interceptions? Hey, turnover, and right away the trust. Let's go throw the same dang pass we do when we threw an interception there.
Nate Schmidt is our quarterback for a reason, and he's done a really good job in the first 5 games. You can tell that he's coachable. Somebody got to him on the sideline and said just what I said. Listen, if you're going to throw that deep ball, throw it. Don't hang it up there. Don't short arm it. And
it's not a fade. It's not a fade. It's not a fade to the end zone there.
No, we're a little far away and is on the white side of the field. It
Yeah.
was just a corner route that you needed to get the ball up and
right.
over the defender.
And you got to get it out there.
And Ace, I'm telling you what, that kid's as fast as anybody on the field right now. And he had to slow down and stop and wait for that. So if Nate wants to put more mustard when he throws it to Ace going down the sideline, he could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that kid has some wheels. Well, your plan is back in play.
Okay.
All
now,
we have to do is, they've got enough
we need to
time
stop here now. We need to stop here, which, hey, huge interception there by the defense. So we traded turnovers. It's 2-1 on the turnover route. But I feel like, oh, I know what you're thinking here. No, he's going to kick it off. He's going to kick it off.
Time.
No, he's not going to do that. We don't want to give them the short field here, I don't think. But so we canceled one of the turnovers, and actually probably the worst turnover there when we threw an interception right in the red zone there as we're going into score before the second half. So
okay, a little pooch into the hole,
and
it'll be down basically at the 30-yard line.
Yep,
so
nice.
we didn't have to worry about a big strategic return. One reason we do this is because all they practice on is how they're going to return the ball. Well, you avoid that play and that plan by pooching it as long as you can stop them wherever they touch the ball. He got it at the 30, and we tackled him at the 30, and now it's a safe return.
And that ball went to a sophomore, Gil Eldridge, okay? And so I don't care how great you are, anytime you're on the kick return and you're a sophomore and you're one of those up guys and not used to getting the ball, crazy things can happen.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a safe, smart play where they really didn't get the field position, that they wanted to hear.
All right, they ran the ball right up the middle. Got a first down.
Good strong run.
Clock's moving. They do have 2 timeouts. It's going to be interesting. No, there must have been a flag on the play.
Let's see here.
Holding.
Oh,
That helps big time.
Oh, no. Okay, so that's going to be a 1st and 20. I like that kid right there, number 41, Braden Larimer. You know who he reminds me of? Connor from about 3 years ago. Your first year on the What's Connor's last name? Do you remember?
Oh.
Can't think of it. Cole's going to be, the Oster family's going to be mad at me. I can't remember Connor's.
Great kid. I just spaced it. Yeah, this kid's a sophomore. And after 5 games, he's got 251 yards rushing.
We're going to have to deal with him for the next couple of years.
He averages 4 yards a carry, and here
he goes
again.
Oh,
we caused a fumble.
I think we got it, Coach.
I think we'd be jumping up and down if we did.
Ooh,
but
that was
here's
Ashworth
the deal.
with a big tackle there.
Ashworth hit the helmet on ball, which is how you coach a lot of tackling, and that ball popped right to the ground.
Yep, and I think he hit so hard he fell right down on top of it too.
All right.
So how much time we got there, Coach? I've got 0 now.
I've got 36 on this side.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 20, 36 seconds left. Now,
I'm surprised they're not using a timeout over there with Highlands Ranch because
I think they're trying to be smart here, and they're just going to run the ball again. Why don't you throw the ball down the field? I guess they want to give the ball back. You got a punter, you can punt it down.
You had a great punter. Here's the deal. Your plan is thoroughly in place now because we're going to get the ball to start the second half. Hey,
and a little momentum on our side too.
Why don't we stay on the air for a little bit here in halftime? Because that first half went fast, and there's a lot of people we want to make sure that we shout out to.
Absolutely.
This is a homecoming weekend for the Castleview SaberCats. This is one of the biggest weeks of the year at Castleview. They put a lot of energy and emotion into homecoming. It's very exciting and has always been it's a tradition in every school, Chris, but they take it to another level here at Castleview.
Okay.
And
by the way,
yep.
How much do you love a 52-minute first half? It's not even 7 o'clock yet, and we're at halftime
that's
here.
a Castleview way. I'm telling you. But you know what
that allows
us to do?
That's a recipe for success for Castleview.
You have dinner early, and we can still have dessert.
Right. That's right. Okay.
It's a quick night. But
Tell us about homecoming, Coach.
Well, homecoming has all sorts of activities to it, but they call it Showdown Week, and the big assembly with everybody in the gym. It has so much energy. I'm telling you, every high school has these kind of things, and I've been to and worked at 5 different high schools in my years. But Castleview it takes it up 2 or 3 notches, and you're sitting there going, I've never seen anything like this. It's something that they have taken a lot of pride in, and it's a very traditional thing. But anyway, that you talked about the powder puff. The powder puff.
Everybody's been waiting all game for this.
But I tell you what.
Hey, we need to do these games next year. You and I
hear you.
We'll go bright. Tell you what, I'll do it if you can make the time. We'll get Joel and Pete and the guys, and we're gonna go do the powder puff game next week. We'll put it on YouTube. It'll be awesome.
You and I both. I had a sister that could have played on any of the football teams I played on and loved football, but the only chance they got to do it was homecoming week, and they had to play at flag.
Yeah.
But they take it so seriously.
Okay.
And the school loves seeing them out there, and the guys love watching them play football and help coaching them. But here's what happened. It came down to there was 2 games yesterday. The 9th grade played the 10th grade, and the 10th grade won 20-12. They said it was a really exciting game. What the most exciting game of the day was, obviously, was that junior game against the seniors that went to 6-6 tie when the sun went down and nobody could see a thing on the field.
It was a defensive matchup here.
Juggernaut in flag football. 6-6 tie. They had to play it off today when the sun came back up, and it ended up the seniors won that game. But talk about exciting. They had everybody out on the field today watching the overtime of the powder puff game. Well, obviously every homecoming has their royalty and halftime show, and this is a time. This is a game where you have so many students in your school that are involved with something on this night and this weekend that it's just a memory that everybody gets to have.
No, absolutely. There's activities all week, and Coach Hankey does a really good job of making sure the players, first off, get to experience homecoming week and be a part of it. We didn't do our man builder this week, so we can make sure that the team is a part of it. Because, like you said, this is a once in a lifetime, something to remember the rest of your life. But at the same time, you had to get focused in. You got to have a great week of practice to get ready, because we're now in league play, right? And talking to the coaches on the field, they said it was the best week they've had so far this season. So I think that's a maturity of the senior class, making sure the guys get ready to enjoy homecoming week and all that experience, but it's league play time. And here's the other thing that we didn't get a chance to talk about this yet. If you look at the goals for Castleview for the season, they're all right there. Go win conference, go make the playoffs, get a high enough seed where you can get a bye, right?
Top 8.
Be top 8 and go compete, even if you're in that middle sector, right?
Yep.
But
so
everything
DC
they want to
game,
do is all lined up.
Yeah, in DC game we were number 8 in power points, and we're number 12 in power points right now. So the one thing that you left out that I want to put a little spin on. One of our goals is to beat DC, and we had for the last 6 years. And what I want to make sure everybody understands, again, is that was a rivalry game, and typically you throw everything out the window in a rivalry game. Douglas County came that night and played an incredible game. They're 5-0 right now, and they have as good of a team as I've seen down here in the last 5 or 6 years. And they're excited about what's going on, but they had to get over the hump of beating us, and they did 16-0 in a close game. But we lost that game, and that took us off the tracks for a little bit. And so I think Castleview has a really good team here. They're still trying to figure out their identity, and I'm going to say that they're still spinning just a little bit from getting beat on this field by Douglas County High School, which all that did was mature us. Tonight's a big game because it's conference start. We have Valor next week. The measuring stick is out there right now to tell us what we are. A team like Highlands Ranch, who could beat most anybody on any given night. They've got a great passing attack, and they're coached by somebody who has experience at the college level. He knows what he's looking at football-wise. Now, we've got quite a bit going here at Castleview. We've had nothing but winning seasons here the last 4 years, and been in the playoffs, and our expectations are high, and we're a little nervous now because we come out here and Highlands Ranch kind of has control of us here this first half. The last time we were on this field, Douglas County had control of us. a lot of nervous people. I predict the second half here that we're going to open things up and you're going to see the true Castleview SaberCats. And that's nothing against Highlands Ranch Falcons. I'm just saying I've been around this program long enough to know that they're going to make adjustments at halftime. They're going to come out here and get the ball. And you're going to see, kind of like the second half of the Fairview game, we saw a different Castleview team the second half, and we came back and manhandled Fairview that second half.
Yeah, so, Eminem, the great Eminem said, will the real Slim Shady please stand up, all right? And I want to see this real SaberCat team stand up. And I 100% agree with you. I think the real team here, and it's not because we went and put 31 and held, we did 31-0 run there against Fairview, but that looked like what this team should look like, the high-end potential of this team. They played, no mistake. They ran the ball effectively. They threw the ball when they needed to. They got pressure on the quarterback, and they played stymie defense and made tackles and stuff. And so if they're going to make a run to go meet these goals, like they're talking about doing, we need to see that Fairview second half. And, besides the 2 interceptions, and I think the fake punt was just a good play there. But we've seen a lot of that so far here. Some good defensive stands, a couple fourth down stops, some strong running, some 2 good passes for touchdowns. Right? Hey, our 2 scores are touchdowns, by the way, here for a running team. So I want to see this team stand up. And I want to see them elevate their game, being now that it's league play, and I want to see the team that we're going to be. So,
well, there's no reason why that can't happen. Hey, I want to make sure that we understand who our audience is, because I have been hearing from people from, we said it before, Durango to Houston, now Illinois. Coach Ashworth's family is back in Illinois, and they say they absolutely love listening to us. His father, more than anything, loves to hear what is happening in the game, and a perspective from somebody like you and I who know the program, know the boys, and
someone like you who knows football.
Well, I can.
You can say you've been a lot of football games, either on the field or on the sideline. So
I've been around a lot of high school football and been around these coaches a lot, and I think I know what these coaches are on our sideline are thinking. I actually was an assistant principal at Highlands Ranch High School, and I understand the history of that football program. I work at Castleview at Crest Hill Middle School, which feeds Highlands Ranch High School. Okay. And I really have a good sense of that team and those kids and their support. 2 quality programs here. We're up, and tonight we need to stay up. We are 4-1, and I don't want to lose track that we played the people that were on our schedule, and we did what we should. We had a rivalry game that was a 16-0 game. That could have gone either way. We talked about a play in that game where we sacked the quarterback, and he fumbled the ball as we hit him and picked the ball up and took it back for a score. And the white hat, I don't think saw what happened. Just assumed that it was a sack and blew the whistle dead. Mm-hmm. Once you blow the whistle, especially as that white hat, you can't do anything about it. It's dead right there. That was a 6-point turnaround right there that who knows what that kind of energy would have done for us. So those little things in a big game like Douglas County, it could have gone either way. It was a non-league game. It probably taught us a lot, and it made us grow up. And you know what I haven't seen since that game is 15-yard penalties for taunting or pushing or clipping, or we were getting ourselves killed and still winning games with lots of yellow hankies on the field.
Absolutely. No, you're right. Hey, quick shout out to the Spirit Squads. We just watched the Palm Squad there. My 7-year-old daughter went to the cheerleader kiddie camp, which was the week of the Fairview game, and then she got to go out there and cheer with the. She got to cheer with the kids, with our high school girls, at the for the Fairview game at halftime. I don't know if you remember all those kids out there. My daughter was out there with them. Christina and Alexis, the Palm and the cheer coaches, we are very blessed to have them, and our Spirit Squad is awesome. They really are. They're at everything. They do a great job. They take their stuff serious, and some of y'all may know we have one of the best spirit programs in the country. When they go compete for nationals, when they do competitive cheerleading, they are always top. I think they've won it a couple of these past years. Like our soccer program, like our wrestling program, like several other programs, we got some really good things going here at Castleview. We got a football team that's keeping up with that tradition. Now we're about to watch the band, and we got something funky about to happen here. They're all dressed up. Is that a Halloween theme, Coach? What do you think we got here? If they played Thriller, I may get up and start dancing here.
No, being around a lot of marching bands, this is going to be their actual show because they've actually got to practice the entire show before they start competing for getting seeded for state.
Okay.
And I will say I feel really bad about marching band. The last 2 years, they haven't been able to compete.
That's right.
This was one group that got shut down that first year and didn't get to compete. And last year, same thing, and couldn't be happier. I will say it sounds like numbers are down for marching band across the state. So kudos to those that are out here that are ready to perform. They're going to do their full show, and hopefully we can turn the cameras and show at least the video portion of all the work that they've put in.
Looks like the camera's on and the volume should be on so they can hear them. So tell you what, we're gonna go quiet here and we'll listen to some band. So don't go away. Make some more popcorn. Go to the bathroom. Get something to get settled in. Enjoy the band, and we'll see you here at the beginning of the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jammakers, Kate Thomas, and Ben Stewart, and the Castleview High School Marching Band. The Castle View Band is under the direction of Mark Summer, who is assisted by Alicia Brown-Smith with color guard and Stacy Tiller with percussion. Additional instruction is provided by Jane Copeland on flute, Penny Harris with clarinet, Dave Artley with high brass, and Kevin Stewart with low brass. That's free Chick-fil-A for 6 months. Good luck, Ethan. Wide right. You got this next one, Ethan. This is so good for a month of free Chick-fil-A.
Okay, we're back here at a football stadium in Castle Rock. It's 14-all. Castle View versus Highlands Ranch. Castle View is going to get the ball back here at the start of the third quarter. I am very excited to be joined in the booth by a special guest. We always love it when we have alumni come back. Mr. Ethan Plummer in town. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good, Chris. How are you?
Excellent. So what are you doing now? Where are you going to school? Where are you living? Tell us about you right now.
I'm up at CU in Boulder, living in a dorm off campus. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Meeting a lot of new people, a lot of California kids, but yeah, it's been a blast.
That's good. You know, I know we talked a lot and talked to your dad a lot about what you're going to do after your senior year, and I know you had some opportunities to go play college football. You went and looked at some schools, talked to a lot of coaches. You also, obviously, a great student, and wanted to look at some other experiences. You chose to go the CU Boulder route. Talk about kind of what your thought process is, because this is something that a lot of kids think about their senior year. Talk about how you went through that.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I wanted to play college football up until the season ended, and then when the season was over, I wasn't sure. And then from there, it was kind of me trying to figure out what it was I wanted to study in college, and if I had an opportunity to play at a school where they had a degree that I was interested in. And when I found the degree that I'm currently working on at CU, I felt like that was something that I couldn't get at another school, so I decided that that's where I wanted to go to school, and I worked all summer as if I was going to walk on the program there and try to earn a spot. And pretty much up until the day I moved in, I was not sure if I was going to walk on or not. And then I got up there and I wanted to be a student. So it's coming back here is weird to see these kids playing, but I mean, I don't think I would have traded the situation for anything.
Well, good. Well, let me tell you, you still look like you could play, and I wish you were this big your senior year, even though you had a great senior year, and especially gaining weight and the strength before your senior year. So let's talk a little bit about Castleview, your experience in the program and what it did for you, putting the time in, the coaches, your teammates. Just talk a little bit about that before the start of the third quarter here.
Yes. You know, I think one of the biggest things I learned from the coaches was personal accountability and work ethic. I think that's been, more than anything, work ethic in the weight room, which translates right now to me in the classroom, just showing up every day, on time, ready to take notes, listen to my lectures, keep up with my homework.
Take care of your business, right?
Take care of my business. Take care of me first. And that translates to your relationship with everybody around you. So I think also learning how to build relationships with those around you was the biggest thing that I learned from football. Like, you know, I came back here tonight mostly because I wanted to see some of these kids that are still playing just because they're some of my best friends. So
that's awesome. Well, hey, I want you to know that you are one of the guys who put this program where it is today. And between your hard work, the time and the practice, you put the time in to make yourself play. You learned, you sat behind Pinello, you played next to Pinello, then you got your shot your senior year, you took full advantage of it. You're one of the guys that the program is today. So awesome to have you come back. Shoot us a tweet or something next time you're listening and tell us if we're making bad calls and everything. But thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Great to have you. Enjoy the rest of your freshman year, and let's go win this football game here tonight.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Go Cats.
Thanks. Ethan Plummer, everybody. So we kick off. Looks like it went to the end zone. Castleview's going to have the ball at the 20, 1st and 10. So the prophecy coach is still in play, right? And if we go down and score, if we have I think I said a 5.5 minute drive here, we'll go down and score. I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go to Vegas, and I'm going to take my chance at the craps table after if we do it here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's just Castleview football that happened towards the end of that half. One thing I want to tell you, Castleview football is Ethan Plummer. You hit it on the dot. It's more than football. You talk about the man builders that we have each week. It is so much more than just football. And most of these kids at Castleview, and we have a ton of them on the sideline here tonight, aren't going to play football after high school. Ethan Plummer could have played football after high school in many other schools. he's like many other athletes in the program where they're very intelligent. In our banquets, the number of all conference and all state academic awards are just off the charts. And so he chose to go to a school like Boulder and pick a specific degree, and he's going to be just fine. I know, because I was with him the last 3 years and know what kind of person he is. And
Absolutely.
it's just like these others that are on the sideline. And that's what football does, and that's what Castleview football does for you.
Absolutely. You know, and he comes from a good family. His dad, Eric, has just been instrumental in the success of the CB Gridiron Club, which helps out with success on the field. He's still doing it today. His kid's out of the program, and he's still up here with us fighting and keeping things going. But
Did you see the proud sister?
Oh yeah, she was in here.
Oh,
yeah, she was fired up.
Proud of
Yeah.
her brother.
I love to see a guy like Ethan. We're about to get a first down here. See if Ursetta can keep this thing going. It's going to be, so that penalty hurt us there. So it's going to be 4th and about 5. We're going to go punt this thing away. Nope, he's going to go for it, Coach.
No, he's got Hardy going out there.
Yeah, so he's going to do the punt. Okay, so but a guy like Ethan, never played tight end. He found a spot where he can go and play tight end, and he put the time in, not only in the weight room to get his body right and to learn, but he sat behind a really good tight end, Josh Pinello, you know, his junior year, so he got to play on the other side of him. And then when it was his time, it was senior year, took full advantage of it, had some great blocks, some key catches, and was a leader of the program. So Haggerty back to punt. He got a pretty good punt there. To the
It was low.
40, that little line
typically
drive.
a low kick.
And that's 19. That's my man 19 on the return. Andy
Oh,
Thompson.
that's
You get a
late
penalty?
hit. Yeah. These are the little things that we talked about at halftime. The penalty that put us back on offense here just a minute ago, and then a low punt typically is returnable. And he did get a good return on that, got over the sidelines, and one of our players hit him out of bounds, which will be another 15 yards. These are the little tiny things that good teams need to overcome or not do.
That's right. So the prophecy is dead. We're not going to Vegas. My wife will be happy. But see, right there, a turnover. What did we talk about? Keys of the game. We said minimize turnovers, mistakes, and run the ball. So we had a turnover that took us from a 2nd and 5 on our opening drive to a 2nd and 10, and then we couldn't get going after that. Oh, it's a holding on Highlands Ranch.
Well,
Okay.
let's see here.
Personal
After the
foul,
play,
and then
so-
he's going to go back this way here. Okay, so it should be right about probably 5 yards after where
Yeah,
he's
they
standing
probably
there.
gained 5 on that.
Yep. Well, that's better than, because they would have had the ball down at about the 25-yard line there.
Yeah.
So, not a good. So, Highlands Ranch is going to start the ball for their first drive of the second half in great field position at the 34-yard line.
Well, let's see what adjustments we made at halftime, because we can't allow them to throw right down the middle of the field. We were covering their swing routes late in the first half, so let's see what Highlands Ranch and Chambers comes up with here.
Yep, so they're going to start with tight end. First play, Chambers, play action pass. Ooh!
Uh-oh.
Good throw and
We
catch
took a
there.
swipe at
and
the
it hit
head
it.
of Chambers, and we might have got a penalty on that.
He's going to get about 15 more.
Well,
Well,
yeah, I think Herschel got good pressure on him, but I think as he went by him,
holding. Oh,
I
Coach.
didn't see that.
I didn't see that one either.
Wow.
It was a late flag, too, I
Yeah,
think.
and the way Herschel was walking, it looked like
Yeah.
he knew he was going to get a
He
penalty.
gave him a little chicken wing there. Wow.
Well, now let's talk about why
Wow,
there's
that
a
was
holding. We put pressure on them,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and if they can't handle the pressure, they're going to do what they can to keep the rusher off their quarterback. So
Oh, and that was in the backfield, too, so that's going to put him back to the 46-yard line. That was a pretty big call there. So negates a huge 20-yard pass, and what we thought was going to be an additional half the distance to the goal, puts him now at first and 22. Up the ball at the middle. Great tackle.
Yep.
Stop down for a minimal gain. It's going to be a 2nd and 20. Ooh, number 41's mad about that one. He thought he had some grass there.
well, No, we had a safety
Great
come right
tackle.
down and fill the lane and stopped him right where he's at. Now, here's what happened with all those penalties, Chris. If one team got penalized, it was going to kill them. Those were equal penalties back and forth, and what we did wrong was negated by what they did.
Yep, it's crossed itself out, so we're back to neutral, still 14-0, with just over 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Highlands Ranch is going to go 4-receiver set. Look for a big tight end here at the bottom over the middle.
Yeah, here's their top receiver. Here comes Herschel.
He's ready to go. Come on, Herschel, make a move. There he is. You got him right there.
Okay, well that still brings up 3rd and 11.
Yep, that's number 5. That should be Arroyo there. That's the big senior tight end. You can almost tell when he's going to get the ball. He gets up there and gets all adjusted and lined up. You can tell when the ball's coming to him.
Yeah.
He's
Talking to some of the defensive coaches before the game, they said that Highlands Ranch had quite a few tendencies that should tip off. That might be a whole.
got some pressure on him, overthrew it. Perfect.
And we got Chambers down to the ground. That's one thing. Chambers needs to know that there's defenders around him, and if you never touch him, he doesn't really get that sense. On that play, that was one of the first pass plays, that we've seen one of our defenders actually get physical with Chambers without getting a penalty.
Yep, that was Dylan March, number 88. He's a junior. I expect big things from him the end of the season going into next year. He's got a big body. He's got a good motor. He's just really learning how to play the defensive end position, and he's got a chance to be something. He's kind of got that Micah Nanningen body look. He's not as tall, but similar. He's rangy. He can use leverage and stuff, and I think he could come on here at the
big
second
down
half.
here, 4th, and they're going for it. And we've got pressure, and
Pressure
they might get
again.
holding.
He's on the run. No, sir.
That is hard to do. Throw into your left, roll into your left,
And
being
throw.
a right-hander throwing the ball. They went for it on 4th down, and we stopped them. We get the ball, turnover on downs. I'm surprised. The kicker that we saw was a decent kicker. Now, that was going to be a pretty long kick,
Yes.
but it would have been points either on the scoreboard or the ball would have gone into the end zone and they would have brought it out to the 25.
20,
So
field position.
they would have had us in even better position.
Coach, how big of a swing was that holding
Huge.
penalty? We thought we were going to have a 1st and 5 in Highlands Ranch with the momentum going down and scored. Put them at a 1st and 22, and they never could recover from it. Turnover on downs, and then we got another penalty. All right, it's time to clean it up here, Coach. I'm about to call a timeout and tell both teams you're messing with my 9 o'clock bedtime here.
Well, we talked about it at halftime. Not many yellow hankies on the carpet, and that's all we've seen here second half.
Good Lord. Okay. So, 1st and 5. So now here's the key. Can Castleview overcome one of these early penalties, especially a pre-snap penalty? In Douglas County, this is what killed us here. We couldn't overcome these right here. And he's going to overthrow Haggerty. But I like to see that he went back to Haggerty because he hadn't gone back to him since really that first drive where he scored the touchdown there. So it's good they went to him early. Hopefully we'll see more of that here in the second half.
Yeah, and here's why you'd want to get it back to Haggerty. He's our leading receiver. He's a 185-pound senior, has 11 receptions for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. He does a little of everything, and they are.
Their setup on the left-hand side is going to get about 9 yards, which will make it a 3rd and 7 for the Castleview.
I'm going to tell you, I think Ursetta is averaging 7 yards a carry, and why we wouldn't just keep handing it to him. Now, they may see something that we don't, but I'm telling you what.
Because here's the deal, Coach. He's got the breakaway speed where he can go take one all the way as well. You know, if he can get loose. He goes back to him right now, a little counter play, and hopefully break a tackle. Go! Get on the right-hand side! No, go.
He might be
Come
gone.
on, make the corner. Yes! Ah!
If he got that corner, he has some speed. Now,
Hey, good tackle here by number 17,
Yes.
Eric
Shoestring.
Schnittiker, a sophomore, open screen tackle. That could have been a
we're right at
drive-saving
the
tackle.
ball. We're going for it.
Go give
We're
it to
gonna
Westbecker.
Oh, they initially
it.
stopped him, but I think we got it.
He got it.
Yep.
They're making it.
Wow, they had him in the
back to it.
backfield, and his second effort got that. Now, they went no huddle. They got right to the ball, and they said, here we come.
So, Coach, we haven't seen a lot of Schmidt. We only saw 2 carries there in the second quarter.
You know,
were they saving him? What's going on here?
I'm wondering if he's still a little ginger. I know he's been kind of beat up on and off, and I'm wondering if they decided to back off a little bit.
Fumble. Hold on. Be smart. Turn it up, Ace. Hold the ball.
So we had the quarterback bobble the snap, and we had the receiver bobble the catch.
It looked like he threw timing off a little bit on that route when he bubbled the
Yeah,
snap there.
yeah. And they don't give you 2 receptions if you catch it twice.
No, they sure don't, Coach.
2nd and 10.
Ursetta's going to come back in the game. We haven't seen much of Westbecker yet on this drive, which, like I said in the first half, I love to see the 1-2 punch. I'd love to see the ball going to Ursetta. That only just sets up Westbecker and opens him
There
up.
goes Westbecker right up the middle. And he's still going.
Another tough yards here. Watch him just keep going. So he's going to get forward progress, which will make it a 3rd and 3. And we cross the midfield. We're into Highlands Ranch territory.
So here's what we have is the clock just moving. We're no longer hurting ourselves. And at any given play, we could hurt ourselves. This drive's going to tell us whether we've come over that hump of illegal motion or holding or interceptions. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Well, we made up for that first pre-snap penalty there. Ursetta's going to get – he got it. Good Lord.
His yards after contact in the last 2 plays have been unbelievable.
You know what? I said this early on in the season, and you thought I was crazy, and I sounded crazy when I said it.
Still think you're crazy, but go ahead.
But I'm still crazy. And I said he reminds me of Eddie George. And he does. Coach, he runs tall, but he's fast. He lands, and he gets about 3 yards like Eddie George. It's Adrian Peterson. It's Eddie George. I'm telling you, I see flashes of it.
Yeah.
I still may be crazy here. 1st and 10 for Castleview at the 48.5-yard line. Here they come.
See,
Bounding it there.
if you look at the line of scrimmage, we're literally moving the line of scrimmage with our linemen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to run around our end and get our backs at the line of scrimmage from the side. And all our backs are doing is running through that tackle. Because our movement of the line of scrimmage with our linemen is actually happening.
Now, I don't want to forecast anything, but the prophecy, but the prophecy is actually technically kind of alive because we're driving here in the 3rd quarter.
Uh-huh.
We didn't give, we're going about it. We took Waze, you know, the Waze app where you can take different routes and stuff. We took Waze instead of the Apple Maps.
Yeah.
But I'll take a score here.
The end result would be that we would be the first team to score in the second half.
And that's what I
said. It may not
said.
have happened on our first drive, but we are doing what you were basically talking about doing, and that is we take momentum away from them at the end of the first half, and we build on that momentum in the beginning of the second half, which we have done.
Yes. Now, I want to say this. We talked about this. I guess I talked about it a little bit. We were figuring your mic out. But Highlands Ranch is 1-4. Okay? Now, I don't think this is a 1-4 team. And if you look at the teams that they played some really good teams.
Yeah, let me let you know. Fruita Monument, year in and year out. We played them last year. That's a good 4A team. Regis, a parochial school that competes every year. Columbine, we all know what Columbine does. And then the toughest team they actually played was Fountain Fort Carson, who is really strong this year.
Perennial playoff team. We played them a couple of years.
Yeah.
First round.
They got outscored by those teams 187-76. Now, the one Falcon win was against Heritage, and they blew them out 36-7.
And by the way, very similar to the score that we had with Heritage, which is one of our wins too. So I think this is a much better team offensively.
Pass.
Here he comes. He's got Ashworth, make a catch. Oh, dang it.
So that was and we've seen it several times this season where we'll quick pitch it to one of our motion guys. This happened to be Haggerty because he's left-handed. He turns and throws back to the right, and just off of his hands, it looked like.
Yep. I think Ashworth had a step on his guy. It looked like a good throw. So 3rd and 7. Ball's going to be at the 46-yard line. When you're running the ball like you're running the ball, you can do a couple things like that.
Yep, because they're gonna try to stop that run. All he does is stop him.
And this is 2-down territory right here. So Westbecker giving up the
cut it
middle.
back.
Here he goes. Go, score. Hold the ball. Keep going.
That is
down to 20.
huge. For him to see his vision, for him to be a senior, he's been running the ball the last 2 years at the varsity level. His vision each year for all guys that get to play 3 years of varsity, their vision gets wider and wider. He was looking, and then cut back. And if he would have cut back one more time, he would have scored it.
Yep, if he would have cut over to the right, there was nothing over there.
Yeah, but look at the yards he picked up.
Yeah. Hey, first down. Okay, so once again, we were behind the sticks there. 3rd and 8 that time. We were able to complete a first down. That's 3 times on this drive we've been behind the sticks. That's a good sign for Castleview in the second half.
Yeah.
Brunel in motion.
Schmidt's
Hold
keeping
on.
it.
What are we doing?
Schmidt
wanted to get in the mix there, didn't he?
He either thought, I didn't hand that ball off very well, so I better just ride my
Just make
fullback,
sure.
Or I want to run every once in a while.
Yeah, come on, coach. You're not going to call my sneak. I'm just going to do it myself.
I'm going to call this a read
He said Chris
and I'm going to
is
say that I read that I needed to run the ball.
Yeah. He said Chris just called me out that I'm not running the ball much in there. Hey, on that Westbecker long run in the game was Lucas Efkar in the game. Young guy. Rosetta on the right-hand side is going to get...
He picked up 3 yards.
I want him to break one.
Yeah. They spread him out. They chased him to the sideline is basically what they did, and they didn't allow him to cut back. So he picked up 2-3 yards on that.
Should be about 3rd and manageable 4 here. Looks like a long
That
4.
was a good job by the Highlands Ranch Falcon defense, spreading. Earlier in the game, our speed was killing them, especially with Urseta. When we went wide like that, they ran them right to the sideline.
So let's see what Coach Hankey's going to dial up here. He's got 2-headed monster and I formation in the backfield. He's going to go to, looks like Urseta. He didn't get much there.
No, we're going to be 3rd and 3, or 4th and 3.
The linebackers were just crashing in on that one.
This might let the clock go down and call a timeout and talk to the boys. We'll see what he does. As long as he's taking this play, he may just say, let's... Yeah. I like the idea that the clock's moving. To have Highlands Ranch not have the ball in their hands and us running the ball, moving the ball, and keeping that clock going, that's exactly how we need to do this.
Absolutely.
We're passing the
Schmidt
ball.
back to pass.
Okay, now be
Doesn't
smart
have anybody.
with it.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
They're going to stop
they
him there.
stopped us.
All right. Hey, good job by the Highlands Ranch defense to get a
Absolutely.
turnover downs there in the red zone, too.
Yeah, they had our men covered, and then they chased down Schmidt and turned the ball over on downs. So both defenses the second half have turned the ball over on downs, or have forced the offenses to turn the ball over on downs.
So let's say that ball was around the 14. That would have been about a 31-yard field goal. Not by any means out of the reach of Tammany, but when you run the ball like we've been running, right, and then we have scored 2 touchdowns off passes, no problem with that. I think we're gonna have to score a couple more points here to get this game over with. Anyways, with the way Highlands Ranch can throw the ball. Oh, incomplete.
Yep.
Yes, good hit by Haggerty there, knocked it out.
Well, that was a rollout by Chambers, and he threw a good pass, but we hit that receiver just as he caught the ball, and
Did you see which way he was rolling
he
there that
cuffed it
time,
up,
though?
rolled it right. He's a right-hander that rolled
Rolled it
right.
right.
That's where your power is going to come from as a quarterback. And he's got this wide side of the field, which gives you some more room to.
And that was a cold rollout, obviously. There trying to get him.
Yeah.
Man, he looks so good in the
Pocket.
In the pocket, I guess when you like I said the wide side. Oh, Ashworth up the middle. Got to stop there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we're going to get a 3rd and long for the Saber Cats. So we haven't seen them go down the seam down the middle. I don't know if we're doing anything different with the safety, but last time they did do it, we got a pick and ran it back about 20 yards too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they might have learned their lesson on that one.
So I used to coach. They need to get to the second stick. So I would be yelling, "Watch your sticks. Know where your sticks are." They have to get basically 12 yards to get a first down. You need to cover all routes that are at 12 yards.
We can be another quarter here. Okay.
So Coach Weiss is going to be saying, guys, down and distance, down and distance. It's 3rd and 11. They're going to run routes at around 12 yards and come back and hope that they get that 11 yards that they need.
So will Coach Weiss, you got Craig coming off the edge to dial up and get a little pressure here in Chambers' face. You got to think that he's going to set him loose to get out there and get something going, not drop back, because they do need to get 12 yards. They're not looking for a 5-yard gain here.
No, but they're also at their 13-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
And what we need to be aware of, and I'm sure Coach Weiss is telling them here now, and even Coach Hankey's in the huddle down there, draw and screen usually happen around here, and it's because teams typically. I'm glad we had the quarter stop the game because it allows us to talk. 3rd and long, look for draw and screen here. Otherwise, you would have been yelling that out there with the clock moving, and sometimes kids just forget this stuff.
Yep. So I'm going to keep my eyes on number 75 nose tackle Jackson McConnell, number 88 Dylan March, our left end, and number 57 our other end, Connor Bracken. And I want to see those 3 guys get some pressure on Chambers, get him moving, ideally to his left, right? Even if he's running to the right, I've seen him make a couple throws on the run, but I want to get him moving and out of the pocket here, and I would like to see, it looks like Craig is probably going to be coming off. I bet he's going to bump that guy there and then go get somebody here. Yep, there he goes. He's running to the right. Get him, Craig. Get him. Get him. Get him. Incomplete pass.
But look at the pressure.
Yeah.
You did just what you were asking.
That's right.
You did. You get him on the run. Now he was rolling right, but he was running for his life.
Yeah, he wasn't on a rollout there. It was a called rollout, but he was running for his life. Yeah. And at the same time, he had nobody to throw to there. They had it covered up pretty good. So great job on the Castleview defense. That's going to be a 3 and out after the turnover and downs, and should have good field position here. I think Blake's a little close here.
Here's another one: is Blake's due to break something on special teams?
Yes, and I'd like to see a little safer on the punt return here as well too. So
they're not going for the block here. He has 174 yards in return yards punting. He's averaging 17 yards every punt return. Let's see what happens here. Short.
Drive. It's gonna get a good roll.
This could be.
Be smart. Be smart.
Oh, that's a great punt. Didn't even get it into our returner's hands. But here we go. This is what we're built for. We should be thinking about driving this down and not stalling out like we did last time, but putting it in. This is if we've grown up, this is where it's going to be shown.
So if you think about it, I've said it a couple times, our 2 scores have been on passes. We're driving down the field by running the ball, and then we got in the end zone by passes. If you think about it, the Haggerty reverse, back into the tight end was our pass on that drive. That would have got us down in there and scored, but we didn't get it there. So got to see what Coach Hankey's going to dial up for this drive.
Oh,
good stop
Schmidt
there.
kept it. It's a read option. He kept it and didn't give it to the fullback, which would have gotten him more yards.
Yep, good tackle there by Tommy for straight for Highlands Ranch. That's a good name. Anytime you got a Ver or a Vin or a Van in your name, you're probably a football player.
Hey, talk about defense for Highlands Ranch Falcons. Guess who plays for the Denver Broncos? That back in the day when I worked at Highlands Ranch, he was a stud.
Who?
All-state. Mike Purcell.
Really? He's a Highlands Ranch guy.
He's a Highlands Ranch defensive lineman that went all the way, doing a great job in the NFL, but he was a Highlands Ranch Falcon.
He was a bad dude.
He was a bad dude. Yeah, as an assistant principal, I allowed him to do most of what he wanted to do.
Schmidt back to pass is going to go to Haggerty on the stop. Ooh, good tackle there.
We're going to have 3rd and about 4.
Nice tackle by the cornerback. Looks like that was 17. Eric Schnittiker. Called his name a couple times. He's actually done a fairly good job against Haggerty. He hasn't let Blake run.
The very first pass Blake got, he made a move on him and got around him. That's all we've seen.
Yep.
He's done a good job tackling Blake.
3rd and 4. This is going to be Ursetta.
And he got it.
He got enough. Hey, we're
Neither one of our backs are giving up the minute they get touched.
nope.
You've got to absolutely love how they run the ball.
Now, Ursetta is getting a lion's share of the carries here in the third quarter. Now, back in the third quarter, it's continuing on here in the fourth quarter, and I love to see it, but you got to think we're about to get a heavy dose of Westbecker here on this drive as well, too. So he's the up back in the I formation behind Schmidt underneath center, and it's back to Ursetta. Oh, he got tripped up. Minimal gain there for Saber Jets. Timeout. We got a uniform deal here. Got to get off the field.
Haggerty and his knees, they've got a rule that your knees have to be covered, and his knee pads and pants come up above. He likes that look, but in the 4 years he's played here, he's probably got called or warned on that probably 20 times.
Well, and how is it that Lezama comes in, who is probably number 2 on the knee thing? He comes in to replace him. So we'll get that figured out hopefully here before the end of the.
Okay, here we go. Slip screen.
Come on, Ace.
We got a
go, baby, go.
out there.
Get someone.
There's the
Nice.
speed. I'm telling you, he's a weapon. And we had a blocker out front. So.
Yep. That looked pretty good right there. That looked like a real quick game action right there. Haggerty back in the game. Hopefully we got the knees covered up.
Do you remember Ace's freshman season?
I do.
It was a highlight film.
Yeah.
What
absolutely.
he did. And I know it was a freshman level, but you could see true athleticism every week with that kid.
All right, 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Castleview's got 8 minutes and change here in the fourth quarter. Westbecker up the middle.
So, just like the first half, he's jumping over a pile. So our offensive linemen are creating a pile, or we've got defensive linemen diving.
Going down.
They could be diving, but Westbecker's hopping over that line of scrimmage and getting another 3 yards.
So it was a solid 4-yard gain for Westbecker. Going to make it 2nd and 6. Castleview looks sharp on this drive. Haven't seen any of the hankies yet. And we've got a trips formation to the left, but I got a feeling we're going to go right up the middle here. Haggerty in motion.
We got movement.
Westbecker.
That's short.
Close.
So we got 3rd and 1. That's a bad deal because you keep the clock moving. I've always liked our offense when we can get to 3rd and 1 and just let that clock roll.
We eat
Chances
3rd and
are
1s for lunch, by the way.
But see,
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
absolutely. But think about the number of seconds that go off the clock when we're in this situation.
Hey, you know what I was thinking about during the national anthem, and then it reminded me on that 4th down when Herschel was. I'll tell you a story here in a minute. We're passing on 3rd and 1. He's got Haggerty. There he is. Down to the 10. He dropped incomplete. Oh no.
Well, you can do that on 3rd and 1.
You can do that on 3rd and 1, no doubt.
You're going to go for it on 4th and 1, but here's the deal. Haggerty was trying to catch the ball above the helmet of the defender, and it takes unbelievable strength to keep a hold of that ball and bring it back over that guy's helmet and come down without it popping out. I'm going to tell you one more thing. If he would have pushed a little more mustard on that, Haggerty had him beat by 3 yards.
You're right. Go Schmidt. Go get this one. Or set up. Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
When Ursetta averages 5 yards a carry, and all you need is 1 on 4th.
But you know what? I'm okay with that, even the miss, because we went back to our guy.
Yeah.
You got to go to your playmaker guy.
Yeah.
We're mixing in Ace, which I like that, but we need to put the ball in Haggerty's hands if we're going to be putting it up. But what I was going to say, number one, watching Craig chase down and watch him do all the things he's doing, he's the Jordan Jackson, right?
Yeah.
That guy made so many plays on offense, defense. He's playing ball out in Nebraska Kearney right now. Jordan, we miss you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Come see us out here. Schmidt is going to go to Ace again. Oh, made a play. Got missed.
Same play that we ran on this sideline where we had the number 1 receiver, which was.
Now, can we set that up with a little pump fake and then a fake and go with that with his speed?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
gotta
We
think
had
that's-
Brunell out there trying to block the defender that was covering Ace, and it just took too long to set up. Brunel couldn't keep his block. The guy got off the block.
He looks good doing that, though. I thought he was going to be more of a straightaway guy. It's good to add another element of his game we haven't seen yet. So let's go back to Arcetta here, or Westbecker. This is going to be Arcetta off the right-hand side. He's going to get about 4, make it a 3rd and short. Good spot to be in. This is your down right here, Coach, right?
I love it.
3rd and 1 and 2.
Here goes the clock. You got 2 downs to get this.
So I see 5 and
We're lining up right at the line of scrimmage and going to go for it. I'd probably
5:48 left in the 4th quarter. Westbecker up on the right-hand side.
Do you see the line of scrimmage moving?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
amazing what our offensive linemen are doing.
So was he short there? Yeah, I get that. Okay, 4th
If
and
so, that's even better.
Okay.
We'll pick this up, but there'll be another 35 seconds off the clock.
So we still haven't seen the Schmidt quarterback sneak, but it doesn't matter because we've been giving the ball to Arcetta and Westbecker on these downs, and they've been getting it pretty easily.
It might happen right here.
Timeout.
Highlands Ranch took a timeout. Which you've got to think that we're beating on them a little bit. They've got to be starting to feel this. Now this is, remember early in the season we talked about being in better shape and better condition, this and that. Everybody's in the same condition now. You've got 5 games under your belt. You're on the second half of your season. Everybody's in the shape that they're basically going to be in.
Yep. Now, so what do you got there? 5. What
I have
left?
10 on this side.
5:10 left in the 4th quarter. Castview. Now this, I would say, Coach Hankey would call this a money down, right here, and this would be the second money down on this drive. But you know, if you go get this, and you're getting right into that red zone area, and where we've had success is we get down to the red zone area by running the ball, and then we go and we get some kind of pass, either out to Haggerty, out to Malone. But we got to get
Chris,
down to that red zone area before we can do that.
I'd be surprised if you see the ball in the air again. I'm going to say he's probably said, listen, pick this first down up, and then we're going to run it right down into the end zone.
I am all for that
Make
right
it
here.
a statement that this is what we do, and this is what we're going to be
There's
good
a
at.
big hole right up the middle there.
And he
Nate.
might take it.
Yeah,
a
just go,
quarterback
Nate.
can always just take it.
Linebacker's coming in
Well,
there. There he
You
goes.
can still see.
You got it.
Most every offense allows a quarterback to get up there, and everybody else could be running a different play. And if he wants to, and it used to be goose and go, where you used to just kind of let the center know,
Yep.
I'm coming after, I'm following you.
Yep. Should be enough for a first. They haven't signaled yet.
They haven't.
They got a horrible spot if
What
he
was
didn't get
the
that, because it looked like
spot?
he got it.
Well,
We're going to measure it. It looks like he's got a good spot there.
Ashworth is telling us that we got
Yeah,
it.
and I'll follow Brody on that one. So I'm going to say he's got it by a half of a ball here. Put your glasses. You got your glasses on. Let's see if we can zoom in here, guys. Yeah, we got the camera on it. Okay.
I've got trifocals, and you remember me telling you a couple weeks ago I might need one more focal. that was a bad spot.
That was a bad spot.
That was not a very good spot. We got a
He
lot
got
of
it.
movement
He got
on
it. He got it though. Half a football.
All right, now let's make a statement here
Yep.
and run the ball right into the end zone. Although that end zone's purple, maybe they ought to be angry at what the purple
gotta
did
go to
to
the
us the
purple
last
one.
time we were here.
That's right.
Let's go score on the purple.
All right, Schmidt is going to be got Ashworth in at tight end. He's got split backer Sud and Westbecker.
We're putting it up.
And he's throwing the ball to Haggerty. Make good catch. Hold the ball. Nice. Very nice. That's a first down, Coach.
Well, it's right at the stick.
So that was a 5-yard
they
out
call
that
it
turned
first
into a little 10.5-yard gain. And so, you know what? I think Highlands Ranch is like, they're going to go and they're going to try to drive this down our throat.
Well-
So what does Coach Hankey do? All right, watch this. All right, split back once again for Schmidt under center. Counter play. Ursetta makes the guy
totally
miss.
different play, and they brought it on that side.
Yep.
They hadn't seen that play.
So it looked like that could have been a loss, but Ursetta was able to make a couple moves and get down to All right, so this is those behind the sticks kind of situation, 2nd and 10. Let's see if we can get ahead of this here. Haggerty back in the game. Looks like Burnell is in the game and Ashworth. So we're going to go with our well, we got Malone in now, so we're going to go with our 31 set with Westbecker and the pistol formation. Now in motion.
Oh, counter.
Oh, back behind. Go Blake. Go Blake.
Oh, they stopped that from the get-go. First off, the defender that was covering him over there went after him and
Followed him there, didn't he?
Yeah, Highland Ranch was all over that. Chris, I want to remind you, last year's game, Castleview won 24-21, and that was a back and forth close game the entire time. Our defense played a great second half and won that game for us. But talk about a close game last year. Now, the year before we blew them out here. But last year was a real close game with Highlands Ranch also.
And weren't we down like 21-0 or something?
We scored 24 unanswered points, and our defense didn't allow them to score in the second half, which said a lot.
Yep. We're going to have timeout here. 3rd and down. Well,
So
here's another
goal.
big down here.
I will say that whatever happens here, we've got to decide whether we want to kick it and try to get 3 on the board.
Yep.
Because here's the deal: if we don't make the field goal, if we get to that point, the ball comes back out to the 25. So you might as well try it anyway. So, but right now you need to get 11 yards and a first down, which you can get at the 8-yard line.
Now, if we get 7 here, 8, call it a 4th and 3. I would imagine, I'm going to say Coach Henke, if he gets down to a 4th and 4 or less, he's going to go for it.
You know what? I don't think we know enough about Coach Henke in our system. We saw a lot of Coach Caspear.
Yep.
But
Coach Caspear would have done that. He would have gone for it. I don't know. He'll go kick a field goal.
I was going to say, I think your scenario is a very interesting scenario because that leaves us 3 or 4 yards.
Yep.
And we've got a good kicker that's been doing this a long time.
That's
so
right.
We've got a
3-year
veteran
starter.
snapper, holder, and kicker that's been doing it. The 3 of them have been doing it for 2 years now.
I bet he goes Westbecker up the middle here. No.
Oh, pump and go! Nobody's out there. Nobody's out there.
Burnell! Woo!
You called it earlier to pump and go. You just said, couldn't they just pretend to throw that quick screen and
Get
then
him out
let
there?
him fly? Nobody covered him. There's not one
They didn't
person
see it
back
at
there
all.
that covered him.
Hey, senior, he's been sick all week. He's been fighting through it. Mr. Do-It-All. Love to see that from that guy right there.
Brunel's one of the hardest workers in the program.
That was awesome. Okay. Hey,
This is
we don't know what he's going to do.
This is a big kick. We got to get this. Make sure we... And it's good. Nice.
Good operation there by the guys.
Well, you know what?
Okay, so we don't know what Coach Henke's going to do, right? But how about he dialed that one up for us right there?
I'm wondering if our audience is still listening to us because everything that I have thought or suggested went the opposite direction.
We're just going to run it down. We're going to make a statement and run it down the throat. No, we're going to do a 11-yard out, and then we're going to do a couple reverses, and then we'll do a...
This is what I love about my job. Is over here I can really kind of say whatever I want and can't be wrong. Now I can't do that at home.
No.
I want you to know it's a different
and you
situation.
get fired
at
if you
home.
do that down on the field there.
Yeah.
So, man, I will say that it was nice to see because they've been setting up that little 5-yard out, little stop, little quick game action this entire time, and so it was good to see him take advantage, and what a time to take advantage of it. A 3rd and 11 in the red zone.
With our
Outside the red
offense,
zone.
at the beginning of all games, we want to see what their defense is going to cover and not cover. I'm going to tell you that people take notes early on in our offense, what wasn't covered, and so you can come back to it. Watch the ball here. It'll be interesting. Now, we're playing good defense, and he should just kick it away, but anything can happen on our special teams.
Right about that 25-yard line right there.
He booted away, get in the end zone.
Yes, very nice.
All
Very
right.
nice kick.
Our defense actually has been playing really well.
Yep. So far, Got a goose egg here in the second half. Really finally put some pressure on Chambers, having given up any big chunk plays. And Highlands Ranch hasn't helped themselves. They've had some pretty ill-timed penalties when they did have their one big play there in the third quarter. So,
well, the beginning of the third quarter, we had all sorts of penalties, but they're going both ways.
right, cancel each other
Castle
out.
View could have been hurt big time by penalties, but Highlands Ranch was having penalties on the same plays.
So I got a 2 and it looks like a 5.
I have another 5. So
All
I
right,
have
so
5.
2:55 left here in the fourth quarter.
At a stadium in Castle Rock.
At a stadium in Castle Rock. And they're going to go 5 wides here on this 1st and 10.
There's nobody in the backfield, so nothing but receivers. And here's pressure.
Go get him. All right.
Now we've got to cover.
Now step up. Go get him, Brady. Ooh, good throw. Good catch.
That's a great throw by Chambers.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on.
I want you to know that if we could have kept him in the pocket, things would have been all right. But he rolled out and then he threw back across the field with the receiver running the opposite direction and threw a 15-yard completion.
Yep. And he made a couple moves and found some field and went after it there. So
Huge play. We want to remember that play. We did get pressure on them, but they made that
Chambers
play.
was, so listen here. Chambers is a junior. We're going to see him. He's a 6'3", 180-pound junior. He's got a great arm, and we've seen him look good and look shaky on the run.
Yeah.
That was the good Chambers on the run there, which you risk when you get him moving, especially to the right like he did there. So they're going to
use one of their 2 timeouts. Here's what they need to know. They got out of having a back in the backfield. Now they have 5 wide receivers instead of 4, and there is no back to help protect or to flare out.
Yep.
So
And they're not going to run the ball either.
They're not going to run the ball. We haven't seen him do a whole lot of running. So they're saying when they line up like that, I'm passing the ball.
Yep, we're all in on here. So 2 minutes and 40-something seconds left.
240. Exactly.
2:40. They've got the ball at the 39-yard line. Man, that was a huge, let's see, 20, 30. That was a 41-yard pass there on 1st and 10.
That's a pass that more than likely is either incomplete or intercepted because it's thrown late back across the field. And he hit his receiver on the run.
Yep, little scramble drill action paid off. So they're going to go back to their 4-receiver set. They've got, looks like
Got a lot of noise here. Homecoming crowd understands what's at stake.
we got you got a personal protector there with
Now he's got a, and we're bringing
not gonna hand the ball.
we're bringing a linebacker, and they're putting it up.
He's open. He's going to score.
Okay, so he split
short,
our
yeah.
safety and our corner, and that was a strike.
Good pass. Corner, right
I'm
into the
telling you
corner
what.
there. Over the shoulder.
That was a 40-yard strike.
So, this is getting a little interesting. So, the ball is now down to the 6-yard line. And it's time for the deep. All right, so this is what we said at the beginning of the game. They're going to throw the ball around, but can you keep them out of the end zone?
Yeah, this is, like you said, this is...
There we
now
go.
they're offside.
That's not
Illegal
going to
motion.
help.
But here's what you were talking about, Chris, is the tighter you are to that goal line, the shorter all those routes are. They do best with longer routes.
Yep.
We cover best with shorter routes. Now, this 5-yard penalty brings them back a little bit. They're still in a tight window here.
Yep.
This works for Castleview.
Now, if 41 is in the game, I would say watch out for the run. Now, number 6 did run up the middle and get down to the goal line in that very first drive. So the running game is still open down here, and it looks like they're going to go right to him, and he's going to get a couple, breaks a tackle, gets down to about the 5, so it's going to be second and goal.
So we have a minute 23, and the clock's moving. Highlands Ranch has 1 timeout, and Castleview has 2 timeouts.
Clock is moving. See what formation they're going to go here. Once again, 4-receiver set.
So we're gonna.
I think I'd run the ball if I was going to get
We're
here.
matching up with them now.
2nd and 5. Quick game. Doesn't have him. Incomplete.
So
He went to 19. He went to his boy. Went to Thompson.
So we
there.
have 50 seconds left. It's 3rd and 5.
I've got a minute 55.
Oh, you have a minute. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You get to see that side. I get to see this side.
I got a minute 55 here. 3rd and 5 from the 5. 3rd and goal from the 5. Hey, let's get a stop here, Coach.
Wow.
Be smart. Be smart. Chambers back to pass.
Oh, get him. Get him.
Got him. Take him down. Nice.
Nice.
Who was that?
Nice.
That was Marsh. There we go. That's what we
Awesome.
wanted to see.
Awesome.
We wanted to see him come along.
So they have a timeout and we have a timeout left. I was wrong just a minute ago. I'm be surprised if they don't take their timeout right here and figure out what they're going to do.
So I still got one. Are we moving down yet?
Yeah, the clock is moving. It's at
is it
125.
125. Okay.
This is it.
Here's good. This could
If
be.
they do not get this, Cassidy wins.
The crowd is into it.
Wins.
4 receivers set. They're going to get timeout.
Here's what. Oh, we called timeout. Well, either way, the coach wanted to see what they're lined up and kind of show their cards. Okay, so they're going to go no back.
So were they in 5 wide there? Okay. About to say.
I'm pretty sure we had 3 receivers over here and 2 up top.
Okay. But say they weren't, even if they had number 6 back there, he's going to be personal protector. They're not going to run the ball in the 4th, and so they're going to pass. So now, if this is the NFL, they're going to run some pick play here, some cross play. Are these high school offenses mature enough where they can run those kind of formations, or they're just going to try to isolate and find a mismatch?
Well, here's the deal. We would have seen a lot more of that in the game.
We really haven't seen that, right?
We haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So if they don't do it and they don't practice it, they don't do it well, and I doubt that they'll do it. What I'm more worried about the opposite. We don't play a lot of man-to-man defense until it becomes the red zone. You get down here, and because we don't play a lot of man-to-man, that's where you could get messed up if you got crossing routes.
So dangerous number 19, who's going to be
Okay.
on the bottom. You got number 1 and well, the big boy's not in, the 5's not in there. So I think you got 1 up top. Looks like they're going to go.
They're going to the end zone, and
pick it.
We picked it off. That's got to be the game. I don't see unless.
Hey, you know what? And that crossed out the other turnover from the first half there. Turnovers are nil. I would say penalties, we probably have the favor, especially in the timeliness of penalties. And the defense stood up in the red zone.
They did. We go back to how difficult it is for Highlands Ranch to move the ball in a short field, and how easy it was when they were out at the midfield. In one play, they went 45 yards. It's the last 10 yards they couldn't get.
When you have that backstop there of the end zone, it completely changes the dynamics of what your offense can.
We should be able to run this clock out.
How many timeouts? They're going to have 1 timeout, right? Or was that our timeout?
They each have 1.
They each have 1.
Yeah.
Or no, we don't have
And
any.
this is actually victory formation.
Okay.
This should be at 5 seconds, and this is over. Here's
so I've got a minute on my side.
Oh, you do. I keep forgetting your side.
That? What do you got there? Now we're under a minute.
Okay.
So we're under a minute now.
We need to apologize to our audience in that we literally have a gigantic light pole in between us.
It's the biggest light pole in the history of light poles, and it's right in front of our eyes here. Wait, we fought through it, and how about this? Okay, you run the ball at least for 250 yards in this game, and where do your touchdowns come from?
Passing.
Passing. The 3 different receivers.
Where do your turnovers come from? Passing.
Passing too.
Here's the deal.
Live by the sword, die by the sword, right?
You know what? At least people have to defend a little of everything. Now, next week we play Valor home. It's another 6 o'clock start.
And that's actually going to be our last home game, and it's going to be senior night as well too.
Okay.
Now, partner, I'm not going to be here. I am a plugent for disappointment. I'm going to go watch my Red Raiders play football.
Texas
But
Tech.
as a good Red Raider, you got to show up, even though that's just part of the game. But so I'm going to let you handle next week. But Castleview is going to go 5-1.
Yep.
1-0 in league play.
Yep.
And they're going to beat what I think is a really, really good Highlands Ranch football team.
I do too. I think they're better than their record shows. Now, next week, Next week, the Falcons have their homecoming game against Rock Canyon next Friday night. Another close game between these two teams, Chris. I'm going to tell you what, it came right down to the very end. Yes, we are 5-1, and Highlands Ranch is 1-5.
It's 1-5.
It would be hard to figure that on a good game like this, but we want to thank everybody from Highlands Ranch who showed up here tonight. They had a great crowd, lots of energy. Our homecoming crowd was stoked. They're ready for a big night tonight, big dance tomorrow night.
Yep, it was a blackout game. We showed up in force. We were loud. We were on time. Hey, that was a pretty fun game, to be honest with you. As a viewer, that was a fun game to watch. So
we hope you guys enjoyed it on the other end. I will say that if we can keep the camera going, our football team comes over and sings the fight song with the cheerleaders, with the crowd.
Fun. Looks like the camera's on there, so we're good to go there.
And here they come.
So we're gonna go quiet. Y'all can enjoy this. Congratulations, cast of you, 5-0, 5-1, 1-0 in league play. Folks, we'll be back on YouTube next week. And for my partner, Coach Kirk Pritz, it's Chris Stacy, and we'll see you down the road.